All hail. This is the Reverend Dr. Timothy Gardner, and today I would like to read to you an adaptation of an article that I wrote for the Age paper in April of 2000 titled, Look Where He's Brought You From. All of us at one time or another have traveled in a car during a bad snow or rainstorm where we had to bring the car to a crawl to be able to halfway see where we were going. Even with the wipers and windshield defroster on the highest setting, we still had trouble seeing. I remember once when I was in a bad ice rainstorm and was having a hard time seeing the road. The bad thing is that I was on a very busy multi-lane highway, and as most people, I was in the fast lane, trying to rush to get where I was going. As I continually cleaned the windshield washer fluid ran out, making it impossible to see the road through the dirty windshield. As I prepared to pull off to the side of the road, I slowed the car down even more and glanced into the side and rearview mirrors to change lanes. And to my amazement, the road behind me looked clear, and I could hardly tell it was raining or snowing still. I was able to see the pavement and traffic perfectly. I was able to navigate to the other side of the road with no problems. As the car came to a stop, the Spirit spoke to me and said, sometimes you have to look back where you came from to see where you were going, when you are unsure of what lies ahead. The Spirit took this even one step further by saying, when you are unsure of your path and uncertain of the future, look where He has brought you from to chart your course for the future. I am reminded of the Hebrew children in the depth of bondage crying out to God in Egypt, and God, having compassion toward them, prepared Moses from among them, using him to set them free. Yet, even after Moses had led them to freedom, they lost their direction in the wilderness, even though God had brought them up out of Egypt from bondage from their enemies across the desert, fed them manna from heaven, water from rocks, led them by a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day, parted the Red Sea, which represents their deepest problems or troubles, and allowed them to walk on dry ground to the edge of the promised land. Even with all this, they still doubted and lost sight. Why? Because they failed to look where He, God, Spirit, had brought them from. Let us not be like the Hebrew children again in this day. God has heard our cry on account of our bondage in Egypt, carnality, and sent us a Savior in the person of Father G.W. Hurley, who gave us directions on how to be free from bondage of the flesh by giving us the liberating truth in the everlasting gospel He brought to us. As we navigate the spiritual path, let us not forget that regardless of how dark and dismal things may seem, it is imperative that we remember to look where He has brought us from. Regardless of how high that mountain of troubles may be, remember to look where He has brought you from. And when you are feeling sad, disappointment, or dismayed, just stop and sing a few verses of that song. Look where He brought me from. It is a popular saying that hindsight is 20/20. But I tell you also that at times our faith must be used in hindsight. Look where He has brought you from to see where you are going. Remember, closer is He than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. I hope you got something out of this little short article that I presented today. I just want you to know I love you, and we are praying for you and praying with you. There is light at the end of the tunnel.